Welcome to the All You Can podcast, the podcast that provides a platform for those doing all they can in today's world. And today, we are in Philadelphia, PA, with a very, very special guest, Miss Steph Nadolny.
Yes, Stephanie Nadolny.
I said
Good
it,
job.
I said it.
Crazy.
Amazing voice actress. Actually, one of my favorite characters from Dragon Ball Z, Gohan. But you did OG Goku.
I did OG Goku. I know.
So
I did Gohan first, though. We did them all backwards. We didn't know.
And you did Gohan in one of my favorite sagas ever, the Cell Saga. When I watched that as a kid, it's just something about that creature coming to the planet and slowly growing. And them knowing it was a threat coming.
Right.
And they had the faith and confidence that Goku put into Gohan when he was almost dead. I mean, Cell was obliterating him, and when everyone was like, pull him out, Goku knew, because when they were in training, he saw that come out of Gohan and no one else did.
Right.
That was just so amazing. How was it, like, because there was so much passion in that role. How was that? Like,
you know what? It's crazy. I think about it now. Like, at the time, I didn't realize it, but, like, I had just lost my mom to cancer in 99, and I'd just gotten that role, and then so when it came time to do that scene, I had real life experience. I mean, not just being an actor, an actress or whatever. That's good. That's great. You got to have that to do it. But I had just lost her, not long before. So that was my passion behind the screams and the yells and I'm identifying with this character kind of thing. And so that was what propelled me. And then there's also the direction as well. Of course, you got to follow direction.
There's so much. I mean, some may just look at it as a cartoon, but if you're really into the characters and you see the progression,
there's a developmental story behind.
Yes.
That's what's so great about Akira Toriyama, the writer. Like, it wasn't just like he slapped this together. He had a story that made sense for each character. They all had gone through different. Whoopsie. I'm a gesture. They all had a backstory, And so for me, it was like I channeled the loss of my mother, and progressing with Gohan being cast as, I don't know, he was 4 or 5 at the time, and then he just hung out in the background for so long, and then he finally unleashes and stuff, and so thankfully I got to kind of progress with the character. We did start at the Ginyu Saga, and then we went back later. That's a whole different thing, but it really made me appreciate and understand the character and the acting behind that, and make coming out as a character with my voice.
Now, was there a certain prep you had to do for when Gohan actually leveled up to a Super Saiyan? Were you prepping yourself, okay, I gotta nail this, I gotta give extra passion? What was going on in your mind? What was going on in your mind?
Definitely, that's my word. Stephanie.
Hey. I love it.
I know, I'm so cheesy. Definitely. I learned to kind of focus in the booth and listen to the director, which isn't easy for an ADHD person that's kind of a little bit scattered. I just really kind of I close my eyes a lot, even when I'm singing. I've been singing in bands for 25 plus years, and it's when I'm really into it, I close my eyes, because I don't want to necessarily see what's around me. I want to feel and hear, being in tune with what's going on in here. And then that can be really good. It can be, so a lot of it was just vocal stamina from traveling and being in a show band for, 91. At that point, it was only maybe 10 years, but then it was, 15 and 20. But and then really channeling the acting behind the character. I did have some, you got to have acting.
Absolutely.
Great voice. I mean, great voice is great.
Absolutely.
But when you have that and the acting behind it to really encompass a character, that's what stands out, and that's what's more real and genuine. And so I really had. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a great actor, but I had real life experience to draw from to really channel that,
which creates great actors.
Yes. It doesn't have to be that way, but for me, it was.
Yeah.
And so when it came time to do, Gohan, Cell Saga Gohan, I was like, okay, let's do this. And I was not even like prepped for it. It was like, yeah, showed up to work and we're going to do, we did 2 hours. You need to work 1 hour. We were like, this was coming out quick. Like we had to get efficient with it.
Yeah.
But I think we did some really good work, and we channeled a lot of the really hard stuff at the end to the end of the sessions. Thankfully, for those of us who we were just bashing our voices, which is fine, but it's really good to have that reprieve and just like wait to the end of the session, and then, or maybe a day off in between. That made a big difference.
Now, Steph, what's the process like recording an episode of Dragon Ball Z when you guys were doing it at like the highest level? What was it like? Like, are you guys all in a room and going to the vocal booth one at a time and kind of work off each other's energy, or that's how it usually is? Or
no, it's not that way at all. Okay. It's funny. I understand what you're saying and how you're presenting that. No, it was one at a time. We just went in one at a time, and then we had our director, and then we would just deliver the lines, and then whoever happened to be there first,
go ahead and lay it. Yep.
They did it, and then we could like play off of that. If they hadn't come in yet, then we just kind of start where we are, and we just follow direction.
Okay.
Barry Watson was my director, and I love him dearly. He ended up selling out his portion of the company, which I can't blame him. Mm-hmm. Because he was a big part of the formation of the whole ocean dub in Canada and moving everything down to Texas for the right to work. Like, he was just really good in the transition and the business side of stuff. Mm-hmm. So like that was his choice. Like, okay, just go back, raise your family, do whatever you want to do. So he could have done whatever he wanted, but it was one at a time. And then we had our director and an ADR person in the room, and then we would follow direction. And some of the directors were voice actors. Way back in the day. They were we had multiple roles, and I know I did a lot of stuff with animation themes for Sayonara Bye Bye, Yu Yu Hakusho, and Kitty Grade, and Case Closed and stuff. We all had multiple talents that were being utilized. Now it's like astronomical. Like, there's so much talent and cutthroat, and it's not a bad thing, but oh my God, like, you try out for something, you may or may not get it ever again, even if you're seasoned. But at the time, we had time at the end of our session to try out for different things, and we had a lot of really good natural talent. We had cast parties, and it was a small,
kind of like a family.
Yeah, it was a very small, intimate kind of thing, and then it grew and grew and grew, and that's great. But it lost that appeal because it just did. And then there's like Sony bought it, and then Crunchyroll bought it, and and now as I'm like on the outskirts going, I don't know what's going on, but but it is what it is.
It's funny because when we were younger, we used to take kind of like the outro when it'd be like, on the next Dragon Ball Z.
I know.
But we used to do that about each other, like, well, Ralph, go to school.
I know. You had to like act it out. Oh my God.
And with me and my buddies, we were like tuned in. We loved Dragon Ball Z. We thought we thought we could one day turn Super Saiyan. I'm telling you that.
Heck yeah.
We would try. I'm telling you.
No, that's great. I think it's an amazing escape for kids
Absolutely.
Of any age that could like keep them off the streets and take them home.
Absolutely.
And understand that there's like a premise behind it. Mm-hmm. There's like the mental awareness of being strong and all that.
Plus the anti-bullying aspect of it. Dragon Ball Z plays a huge role in that, whether people realize it or not.
Yes, and that's like, that touches my soul, because I moved around every 2 or 3 years, and so I understand what it's like being a new girl.
Absolutely.
I didn't fit in. I love it now.
Steph didn't fit in somewhere.
I'm like, I don't care. Like, no, it's good. I'm a dweeb, nerd, whatever. We're all nerds. It's like, we were immature kids, but it was not easy being like ripped from school to school. Not in the summer. It was not even convenient times, but it had to be done. And my stepdad had to move around, and this is what we had to do, and it was not fun. But it's like I'm resilient now. Like, I found a resiliency, if that's even a word, from having to go through that.
Absolutely.
And that's important for anybody, whether they're moving around or not. Like, it's a big deal. It's like to understand who you are and understand that you're worthy and you mean something, and you don't need to like hide the fact that you love anime or whatever. That's, if you do that, that's not cool. Whatever. Like, it's you shouldn't have to be bullied about something you love or that you're being, charismatic about.
Yeah. I think
It happens though.
it absolutely
just
does. I think more recently though, anime has gotten this boom. There's like,
Yeah.
it's like Dragon Ball Z will never go away. It will
It's a
never
gateway.
go away. Right. I mean, because
It is,
it
right?
leads to all the other ones. I think it's
Yeah,
the
the
most domestic.
Digimon.
I think it's the most
Yeah.
domestic because it's been around forever. But it
Yeah.
also is the Digimon lead in, the
Yeah,
My Hero
Yu-Gi-Oh,
Academia, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Pokemon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Ms. Steph, when did you start voice acting, and how did you actually get into the Dragon Ball Z role?
I was singing in a show band called Vince Vance and the Valiants.
You were a rock star.
So I was a rock. Well, I mean, I thought I was. Whatever. It was like I had just started getting into college, and I was finally on my own, and I was finally getting to make like my own decisions and stuff. And I joined a band through like a fraternity, and then my voice was heard through the window with a open window, and then I auditioned for a band. I know, isn't that crazy?
Really?
It's kind of discovered in a way.
Like
It's
Romeo and Juliet type of.
yeah, it was weird. And then they were like, "Oh, we have a band, and we're gonna travel, and we need 4 girls or 3 girls." And so then I was just auditioned for them, and then I got the job with that band, and then joined Vince Vance and the Valiants, and then I was on the road. Like everything happened kind of fast. Like I did some work with college, and then I was like, "Okay, we're gonna go on the road." And then I got the connection with Barry Watson, who is the director, through Brave Combo when I was working with them, because Vance and the Valiants opened up for Brave Combo, and that's how that connection happened. And then I met Barry Watson. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I love your voice. This is amazing." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, whatever." He's like, "Have you ever done voice acting?" And I was like, "Well, yeah. I mean, Chuck E. Cheese and some other stuff. I didn't think much of it." And I've also gotten a lot of people that like, "Oh, hey, I can make you a star."
Yeah.
So I knew like this isn't gonna. Thank you, but we'll see.
You touched on something important.
Yeah.
The individuals that come out of the woodworks, like, "Hey, I got you. Like, I'm gonna make you a star."
Yeah.
How tough is it, like, navigating through the evils of the industry and staying with integrity, standing on what you believe in, keeping a focus that most would fall to? Like, how hard is that?
It's hard because you want to be something and you strive to be something, and then you get these people that say, I can make you whatever. And it's a letdown.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a good lesson, but you'd like to think that people would be more transparent or with, like you said, integrity.
Absolutely.
And it's just not the way it is. Like, that's why when Barry Watson gave me his number and his card, and it was very professional, and I was like, I had so many people hand me cards.
Yeah.
And, I'd been to Nashville, I'd been to LA.
He's probably seen all
I've
kind
been
of
to New York.
cards.
I'm like, what am I gonna do? Okay, nobody cares, So it was just another one of those interactions where it's like, okay, oh, well, cool, okay, that sounds good. Who knows? Let's give it a chance.
Right.
And that one worked. And then I got called in to do audition, and I did the voices of the females, because I didn't know what they were looking for, and I didn't know about anime or anything. So I auditioned for Chi-Chi and Poir and Bulma. I just said, okay, I don't know who these people are. It's an animated feature. I get that. I had done a lot of voices for fun as a kid, so. And then they were like, well, can you do a voice of a little boy? And I did, oh, how about this? And they're like, yeah, make it raspy. Oh, this is good. It's raspy. Yeah, it's raspy. And they loved it, right? So I got the voice of Gohan that way. And then Goku came later. Yeah. We did it backwards. A lot of fans don't realize that.
Right. Now, when you did any of the voices, was it something that you were just allowed to kind of freestyle it, come up with your own kind of tone, or was the director kind of like pitch it down, like you said, a little bit more raspy, a little bit more like they heard it and they're like, I kind of needed to go this way, I kind of needed to go that way? Yeah.
I think what it was is the show cast had already been cast in Canada, so they already had like a platform of what the voices were already sounding like. So when it came time to recast, in Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, which we didn't know at the time, they were like, okay, Goku used to be a singer. She's about this age. She's kind of raspy. Like the director knew from working with them what they were looking for. So when I came in and auditioned, I was like, oh, I'm going to try out for the females. And then I ended up getting Gohan, which is great. But I didn't know. They knew, but we didn't know.
Did you know he was going to be such a monumental character in the
No.
series? Yeah, that's awesome.
No. I didn't know he was going to be anything like he is now.
And then fast forward, and he's like the one. He's
just Super Saiyan 2. Come on, let's do this. And then he goes to school.
Then he goes
I know
to
my
school.
fans are like, why did you have to do that?
And he just wants to be normal. He's just like, no. But
Chi-Chi's like, you're going to go to school.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I know I didn't. I actually just came to work one day, and it was time to, like, be Super Saiyan Gohan.
Wow.
I was like, oh. Wow. Okay, let's do this.
That's amazing.
And thankfully, it worked out. The director was okay with it. I mean, because they could have recast it anytime. I'm not in Kai or Super.
Yep.
But it worked out, and I was able to kind of channel that Clint Eastwood. I say Clint Eastwood because that's like the badass voice that I can think. Let's do this. I mean, for real. Like, I'm a female, and I'm trying to be this. He's 11, by the way. Most people think, like, oh, it's Teen Gohan. Yeah, it is. Not really Teen Gohan, but it's like, I'm just a kid. I love that line. I'm just a kid. I'm just a kid, but like I sound like a
The 40-year-old man.
Yeah,
and
I
probably
sound
one
like
of the
a
strongest
40-year-old.
on the planet.
Let me kick your butt. Yeah.
I think it was more of him not believing in himself because his dad saw it.
Oh, absolutely.
His dad saw it.
Like the potential. Yeah, and that's the thing with my mom is she saw my potential. So there was like real life experience. I'm not saying someone else could have done better or not. It doesn't matter. It's just like that was what made sense to me.
Yeah.
Like him in the background. Okay, that's my mom, and that's Goku talking to Gohan. You can do this. And Gohan was so resistant, and he didn't know what to do, and he was, do I really do this? Can I do that? Can I do this really? And so that's what it meant to me because I really went through that with my mom.
Now let me ask you. Christmas or Thanksgiving? What's your favorite?
Christmas.
Christmas, why?
My mom was Christmas. She was like gingerbread December. She was born December 5th.
Wow.
So her,
huge on Christmas.
I know. Just
Cook big
give me
meals.
food and gingerbread and.
Was she big on cooking? Like family?
The whole thing.
Oh,
yeah. She was. Just got my. Who cares? Who needs shoes? She was like gingerbread man person and like. Let's make food and like celebrate and decorate the tree.
That's just like my mom.
And that was her birthday month.
Oh.
And
Yeah, my mom was the type. She would cook for like the whole block, and they just knew in the pot of something was on.
Time to like eat.
Oh yeah, it's time to eat.
Nobody went hungry around our house.
Nobody. Yep.
I'm like the southern, like Memphis, Tennessee, Mississippi. Okay, comfort food.
Oh yeah.
You come on over here, and my mom was gonna feed everybody. Same with you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, isn't it the greatest?
They called her Mama Ra. The whole block. Everybody was her baby.
Oh, I love that. Isn't that the
baby.
sweetest?
I love it. I loved it. And
that's how I love my anime babies.
You know, the sad truth about it, yesterday marked 21 years of her death, May 23rd, 2003. So
25 for mine in August.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
you were young too.
So we share that pain. We share that pain.
Oh, and they were the best mamas.
And it's so crazy because I've endured a lot in my life, but you never know what that feeling feels like until it comes. And
you don't think it's going to happen. Like people, I mean, I know people that have their parents and they're like 90 something.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for them, but I'm like, you don't understand. Like I lost my mom like 25 years ago. Like I wanted to take care of her. I wanted to stroll her around in a wheelchair. Yep. I wanted,
hear the little jokes that she's doing.
I know. We don't have that freaking opportunity. So, but there is people we can turn to and talk to, but they, and they don't mean anything. I don't wish it on them.
You got me, Steph. You can talk to me anytime.
I know. We're going to talk about our mamas.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
She's my love.
I love it, man. What was your favorite, either character or performance that you portrayed as a vocal actress?
You know what? My favorite, because I'm so silly and immature and crazy, Dragon Ball. I loved Goku. Like I got to live vicariously through this little boy that like didn't know what a girl was, and he just dropped his pants and peed in the water. It's like, oh, here comes the firefall, and Master Roshi. Oh my God, these girls must be poor. They can't afford clothes. And there's like all these magazines from Master Roshi. He doesn't know the difference. And Oh, why do women have butts on their chests? Yeah.
Master Roshi was something else.
Something else. What the heck?
They would cancel him today.
Oh, he'd be out. Like, no. The nosebleeds? No, you need to. What the heck? I know. In fact, I know some people that I introduced the show to. They're like, what's going on with this show? I don't know about this Master Roshi guy. I know. He was crazy.
He was something else. It's crazy because, like, as the show progressed, Goku, although he was the dad and probably one of the stronger characters, he seemed more of like the childish one, more of the arrogant one. Like,
yeah,
Gohan started, like he always had something to prove.
Transformed or something.
He would jeopardize the world just so he can fight someone potentially stronger than him. He had this cocky arrogance about him. Like Vegeta was just all out arrogant, hated everyone. Right?
All the way.
Goku had like this point to prove all the time.
Yeah.
He was like the kindest, but I'm gonna beat you up type of guy. Like it was just weird.
Still a superhero, but kind of like, hey, no, I'm not gonna do that.
So you spend a lot of your time traveling now.
I do.
What's some of your favorite places you go to for either Comic-Cons or just events? And how was that life going for you?
Well, you asked it at the perfect time. I mean, I don't know what's going on with this year, but I am booked solid. Mm-hmm. And it's great because I had so many years of nothing and desolation, pain and suffering, and that's fine.
Yes.
It was what it was.
Yes.
And then we had COVID, so my band had to shut down, and that wasn't fun. That wasn't fun for anybody.
No.
And we all figured out how to navigate around it. But now I'm just booking Comic-Cons, comic book stores. I'm supposed to go to Australia and New Zealand next month if all goes well. Parts of California. I think I'm finally going to go to El Paso, which is big. El Paso's huge. They're like, when are you coming to El Paso? And I've never been. So I'm going to visit a lot of areas that I've never been.
Okay.
Which is great because I'm unsaturated. I've got something in West Virginia. I've got something in... Oh my goodness! I can't even think
all
right
over.
now.
All over.
Yeah,
Great.
I love it.
That's
I love
great.
it because I love the fans and I love the one-on-one and the face-to-face, and then they talk to me about what the show meant to them or what the character meant to them.
Absolutely.
Which means a lot to me because of my personal struggles. And then it's like, oh wow, I did something really cool that makes me feel better about myself. Really, it's like full circle, So yeah, I mean, I'm just doing comic book stores and conventions, and I'm just loving it. Yeah, just doing a lot of stuff with Comic-Cons and that. But we said the anti-bullying, that's a really big deal for me. If I can do some giving back with anti-bullying
Absolutely.
or some kind of charity stuff, I could think that helps complete me as a person.
Well, we had minor talks about you joining the Leadership Academy, coming to work with the students and getting some initiatives about. So we're going to really start that. So we'll be coming to a city near you guys,
Yes.
Steph, and all you can. We're going to be doing whatever we can for the youth. So
half cart will travel. I will. I love it. I can just jump and go.
Absolutely.
And I will.
Absolutely.
And I can do that.
How does it feel when you're at these events and your fans come up to you and just tell you their passions and how they grew up watching some of your characters and how you had such a role in their lives? How does that feel?
So humbling and so sweet. They brought me out of my darkness. Mm-hmm. They made me feel like I did something really good years ago, and that I supported them and encouraged them, and I still want to do that always. But it makes me feel like I have a purpose, because when you're down at your deepest, darkest point, you don't feel like you really feel like you're why am I here? And so that's what brought me out of my own darkness in 2017 and 18 is when I was I don't know what to do. I don't have any kids. I don't have any family. I don't know what I'm going to do. I didn't understand where I was in my life. Where am I? This is a struggle.
Yeah.
And so getting back out in the con circuit made me feel a connection to the kids and the youth. The youth. I love kids, and so this is a great place to be.
I'm telling you,
families and whomever.
When I let the students in the Leadership Academy know in Stilton in Pennsylvania that I met you, and the initial time when we met you, their jaws dropped.
Oh, they were so cute.
Because majority of them love like anime still, and they still watch it. So when I had mentioned, yeah, she does it, they was like, no way, Mr. Ralph, no way. I said, okay,
Mr. Ralph.
okay, we're gonna watch. We're gonna do a virtual first, and then we're going. So they're waiting. So this summer, we'll start doing some anti-bullying virtual stuff. And
let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll be there.
Absolutely.
I'm ready.
That's gonna be amazing. And then this coming Christmas, we got to get you at the farm show, the PA farm show.
That.
Oh man,
I'm wide open in December. We got to do it.
Yes.
Let's book it.
What are you looking forward to next in the career for Steph? Like, what are you looking to do more acting, more voice acting? Are you looking to get directly with the youth and do some anti-bullying things? Like, where's your passion lie right now as we sit here?
It's a little bit of everything. Like, I know that I'm doing a lot of stuff. It's going to be June soon, so it's like the beginning of Comic-Con season. Absolutely. So I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff. I'm booked in Washington at the 1st of June.
That's a pretty big one too, right?
I know. I haven't been to Spokane. I've never been up there. That's like really far. Yeah. And I've never been to that state, so that's like something new. And then Australia and New Zealand is coming up, the 5th through the 19th, and then at the end of the month we're doing Black Hills. That's going to be like Mount Rushmore.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then the very tail end of June is San Jose, California, which is great. It's crazy. This June is insane. Like, I'm not gonna be at home. I've got to like board the cats and like take care of my dog. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna even be at home. Like, I'm not complaining, but it's like, oh, this is gonna be like truly living out of a suitcase. Yeah. That's all right. And then because it's Comic-Con season. I mean, June, July. It chills out a little bit in June. I got my business manager with me, and we're gonna at some point, get back in the studio and write some songs.
Awesome.
And I'm back in piano lessons. Get back to my roots, which is music.
That's awesome.
Music's always my roots, and we're just gonna ride out the summer and kick some butt and rock everything out. Like, we're excited.
So let me ask you: The Big Bang Theory or that '70s show?
Anything '70s. I'm like a disco chick, so I love them both, but
gotta pick that '70s show. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
Disco. Ooh, down in summer. Ooh. Yeah.
Now, when you're at home, you're just relaxing, have nothing coming up. You mentioned some pets. What kind of pets do you have at home?
I have 2 beautiful Persian cats.
Oh.
They're beautiful. All they do is like lay around and look beautiful and eat whatever they want.
Give you them eyes like.
Oh, they look like they're grumpy cats. But they just sit there and look beautiful. They eat better than we do.
Very intelligent.
And then I have a beautiful rescue dog named Brady. And I rescued him in December of 2016. And he is our world. He is a little boy in a dog suit, and Dan and I just love him.
What kind of dog is Brady?
He's a Chiweenie. He's a mixture, and he's so cute. He's like red and brown, and then he's got some gray because he's getting older.
Aww.
I know, and he talks to me and he sings to me. So when I talk to him and I howl, he matches my pitch, and I know that because I'm a musician. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. So you mentioned piano.
Yeah.
You play the piano well, or you still practicing, or that's what
I do some basic piano and some chord structures. I'm working on the chord structures. I wish I would have learned long ago, but I've also taught kids beginner piano.
Wow.
So I can definitely do. I can do the beginner piano and the beginner voice with kids pretty comfortably.
Awesome. That's awesome. Do you have a curriculum you go off of, or you kind of just get in there and teach them what you know? And
yeah, I do the School of Rock curriculum.
Awesome.
They're pretty well known, and then I just kind of incorporate my own like workshops and my like how you're gonna like warm up your voice and stuff like that, like the practices and the techniques and the breath techniques and stuff like that. And so I kind of mix it together. And that's kind of what I did during COVID when there wasn't really any one-on-one performances we could do. I just kind of did the teaching thing.
Yeah. Now, is Miss Steph like an old school muscle car kind of girl or more modern electric car kind of girl?
Oh, that's a crazy question. I'm kind of like the older one.
Got you.
I I know I need a new car, and I'll get a new car at some point. But I'm like, I just kind of run around.
If it's reliable, yes. If it's
I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, some people are like, oh my God, my car.
No, you're smart.
No, it's fine. Everybody's different. But it's my car. Like, I can do what I want and drive what I want. It's got lots of miles on it. It's a Honda, and I love it. And
Hondas,
it works.
Acuras, Toyotas.
And Toyotas.
Listen, they're going to last forever. If you take
I'll
care
get
of
one
them,
soon. But right now, no. I'm riding this one into the ground.
As long as you change that oil, you can keep it forever.
I replaced everything on that damn thing.
Odometer, just keep on going.
Exactly. Yes, and it's true.
Did you ever do any like hands-on work or like auto mechanic or carpentry or like as you grew up, or what was your main interest as a little girl, as young?
You know what? I did a whole lot of stuff on the cassette player.
Gotcha.
I did the portable cassette thing. I recorded my babysitters, my friends, I know. Like, let's repeat this back, and they were sometimes hesitant or whatever, but that's what I wanted to do. I don't record them, and then I'm going to talk like them, and then I recorded stuff off the TV, and then I had the Walkman, and that was my world. Like, I could just disappear into music, and
and you would like repeat and like get that cadence of what they say. Oh wow.
My parents could be like, I'm going to shop for lumber. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to shop for lumber. I'm 12. Like, no. I'm going to freaking my room, and I'm going to like freaking listen to Pink Floyd. Or, you know what I mean? It's like, no, just go.
Just go.
I'm not going to shop for lumber.
I'm not going in there.
Not happening.
It smells weird. It's orange everywhere. I'm not going in there.
Oh, boring. But they're like, oh, you want to come with us to go shop for lumber? No.
So you had like a tape recorder, and you would like...
I did. I was very obsessed with my cassette recorder that was portable. And then I had like the little cheap tapes and stuff. And I just...
So did you put the toilet paper in the top and record over the
Right.
stuff?
Remember? And then you got like the little pencil.
Yes.
Oh, crap.
Yes.
I messed it up.
Yes.
Like the kids of today have no idea the struggles.
No MP3. And when the tape popped, if you were good enough, you can pull it back together. And you couldn't wrap it around because it was too thick. It would stop.
Crazy.
You had to just use one layer. Just enough for it to go back through. So
but
you can
then
listen
it'll skip. But that's okay. But as long as you connected it. Because if you didn't connect it, you're done.
I had a Teddy Ruxpin. And
you did? I love Teddy Ruxpin.
I used to put like MC Hammer in his back and play it, and Teddy's mouth would move. Oh man,
Because it was a cassette.
Yep. The old Teddy.
I would have done that.
And his mouth just moves, but it looks like he's singing "Hammer Don't Hurt Him." It's like I used to have so much fun with my Teddy Ruxpin. Man,
oh my God! I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah,
I'd have been all over that.
Oh yeah, Teddy Ruxpin, the original one had the tape in the back, and he would literally move his mouth to no matter what tape you put in there. It came with a Teddy Ruxpin tail, right? But
the kids of today have no idea.
Put Michael Jackson in there.
I know they have no idea what they're missing.
And then the radio would come on, and I would record. Like every time my favorite song come on, I had a tape ready, and I would hit record. And then if I got tired of a song, I would record over it. But this is kind of like where we're similar.
Back in the day when we could do that, but then there was times you can't. Nope. Yeah.
I would play it, write down those few lyrics, stop it, catch up, play it, write down the next few, and that's how I learned all my music as a kid. Yep.
Kids of today don't have any idea.
No.
We were like playing with sticks. We were like running out on our bicycles and drinking out of the hose and coming home for like, what was that show? Dallas and Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard.
My stepbrothers were like, time to go home. We gotta watch Dukes of Hazzard. I mean, it was like, that was the day. That was what we did.
And where were you born?
Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Yes.
A lot of culture there.
I know. My dad and my mom were both the oldest of 4. But we moved away when I was 5. We ended up in Houston.
Okay.
So mostly Texas. And then they split. And then it was like a Oklahoma, Kansas, back to Texas thing, which I love, Dallas-Fort Worth. Aside from the heat and the humidity, I absolutely love it there. So I was able to make a kind of a career.
Right.
Aside from moving to LA or New York.
Are you still currently in Texas?
I am.
So I'm sure you're familiar with like the migrant incidents that's occurring at the border.
I lived in Eagle Pass.
How do you feel that the federal government actually wanted to overcome the state and tell them they can't guard their own state? I don't understand that still. And kudos to Texas for really putting their foot down, because I mean, like, it's madness.
It's a political thing that's very hard to talk about and confusing. I mean, I lived on the border of Mexico.
Wow.
I mean, I lived in Eagle Pass. those were my people.
Yeah.
Like, I was minority.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, I was a kid.
Yeah.
Whatever, I think I was 8 years old, 9, 10. But no, I don't know how to. I mean, it's been so many years, you know? Like, I want to feel like we can bring them in and let them come.
Absolutely. The right way.
Because I lived there.
The right way, absolutely.
Those are my people. But at the same time, it's like a political thing. And it's like, I don't know where I stand on all this.
It's weird. And then when they show the actual individuals coming across, they don't seem the Mexican descent. They don't seem woman or child. It's more like military-aged men from very diverse backgrounds. It's weird. Like, what is actually happening? It's just
I
a
know
crazy
it's
time.
freedom here and all that, but I don't know. I mean, it's a political thing. We got to get it together. We have to, like, have some kind of criteria, some kind of understanding of the boundaries of what, if you qualify or not. And I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, political stuff gets my brain
tricky.
just goes.
Would you consider yourself a Democrat or a Republican? Or
I'm kind of in the middle. I'm a moderate.
Okay.
Because I have different feelings about different things
Okay.
that I do about. I know that I feel really bad that in Texas, if a girl's pregnant, she can't get an abortion.
Wow.
Like that. I'm sorry. That's not acceptable.
You would be pro-choice then?
Yeah. It's not for any man or woman or state to make that kind of a decision.
I agree.
And that, I guess that's kind of a liberal thing to say, but I'm really pretty strong about that.
I agree. And I mean, I would probably
their
never
body,
have, I would never have the ability to carry, but I could imagine what a woman goes through and the emotion, the attachment, whether they want it or not. It's their decision.
It's their body.
Solely their decision.
It's not about killing or murdering or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah, or proposing, right.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have to be that. It's just, I mean, I wanted kids and I couldn't have them. So, I mean, I'm not saying this because of me.
No.
This is the opposite. Like,
Absolutely.
I'm like, I just think that women should have good health care.
Oh, yeah.
It's about health care. It's not about, there's nobody killing anybody here.
No.
That's not good.
Yeah, we'll lighten it up. What's your favorite sport team?
Dallas Cowboys. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. And I'm in Philly. They're
Shout out
gonna
to Uncle
freaking
Shaka.
kill me, right?
Steph is a Cowboys fan. So
I know, and I'm in Philadelphia.
It's
Ooh,
crazy.
Crap.
My Uncle Shaka, he's a Cowboys fan to death. Him and his wife got married in cowboy jerseys.
Oh, you're kidding.
So everywhere we go, like whether it's
they're in our
Eagles fan, Ravens fan, he gets it from everywhere. And just hearing the
they're in our
arguments,
division.
it's hilarious.
And Philly is they're in our division. Like there are
Technically.
And I know some people in Dallas Fort Worth. They're like my musician friends that love the Eagles, and we're like, no. It's time. It's been 25 years.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I remember the Dream Team.
Oh my God.
90s.
Oh my God. That was
All the
probably one of the
babies.
best basketball teams I've ever seen. Like the original Dream Team.
Oh my God.
Magic,
Michael
Jordan.
Irvin.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Like, oh man. Yeah, it was
I'm
amazing
happy
times.
for the people that win, but I'm like, I'm so ready for the freaking Cowboys to do something. And they were so close last year, by the way.
Michael Irvin was a monster. He just got into trouble.
I know.
He was a great player, though. He was amazing.
I saw him in like Aruba or something. It was so weird. I saw him and his family. I
That
was
was
like,
what
what are you
Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith. That was that. Oh man.
Oh, Emmitt Smith. Oh, yeah.
That was a good team. That was a good club.
Freaking Troy Aikman. Yeah.
Are there any movies or anything special coming up that you're looking forward to seeing or spending time with your significant other to just go take time off to go do?
You know what? It's going to be traveling. If there's a movie on the plane, I have lots of magazines and stuff that I want to catch up on. I love to keep up with the, current events. I'm getting older, so I rather watch the news. Didn't you watch the news? Can we watch the news? I'm just like turning into a little old person, but in a good way.
Absolutely.
And there's stuff I'm missing, I know, but I like to sometimes just kind of like watch you know, what is it? The TMZ. I don't know. It's a little weird. It's kind of like
I love
gossipy.
TMZ. I love TMZ.
But they talk about like what's going on and stuff like that. And there's access, blah blah blah, and entertainment, and I like stuff like that.
TMZ does it with a flair, though. I kind of like it.
And they're kind of like pretty raw.
Yeah,
which is kind of like but they're real.
Yeah, Harvey, he don't play too much. He gives it to you direct.
I know. He's like he's got his little water bottle or whatever. No, but I like. I know there's something I know I should be binging, but I've been really busy and I'm not going to complain.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about like decluttering my home and traveling and getting my manager out there with me. Like we got a lot of plans. I'm not even going to be home like I think 4 days in June.
That's amazing.
I mean it's like good, but it's like, oh my God, what am I gonna do?
Hey, if we weren't doing that, what would we be doing?
Living out of a suitcase, not complaining.
No,
but it's like, holy freaking crap. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty intense.
I love it. But I remember like hitting the road when I used to perform, and I mean, city after city after city.
Yeah.
What turned me off to it was not like the people or my like crew. It was actually the other musicians and artists. Like when I seen how they really were in real life, I'm like, I don't want to be attached to this crap. This is crazy. I can't. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them are not so cool.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
It's that thing like, be careful when you actually meet your heroes. You know, that old saying.
I know.
I've been disappointed a few times. Like, they're really like that? Oh, man. I kind of put my head down.
I know some of them get just such like a chip on their shoulder. Or they get really egotistical and like, that's not my groove at all.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why I'm not in Kyra Super. I don't know. I just can't run with that attitude. I can't. That's not my groove.
Yeah.
Like I'm a girl next door. I'm a face-to-face person.
Yeah.
I can't play those games.
You know what I could see us definitely collaborating on? Like a anti-bullying audiobook.
Yeah.
Like a series of like, I would love to. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that soon.
Let's talk about it. We can do like little steps towards.
Because the youth, I want to do a book, of course, eventually with some great illustration. But right now, they're gonna put them AirPods on and they're gonna have their phone in their pocket.
See, and it's quick. Like we thought it was bad for us. Like it's like boom, boom, boom. Like scroll.
Yep.
Done. If they don't get what they need or want from what they're seeing, they're moving on.
Yeah. And we're starting the drive-in theater here soon on June 15th, Father's Day. We're starting with a preview of Kevin Hart's Fatherhood for all the dads out there, so stop by. But we would love to have maybe a Dragon Ball screener, have you stop by. We're going to have to do that this summer, man. I definitely plan on connecting with you much more and bringing some great things to the youth. But if you have anything coming up, or if you wanted to, tell the fans anything, or where to follow you, or how to reach you, or your webpage, please feel free to do so.
I know. It's late.
Feel free to do so now, and let them know.
Yeah, I mean, I mainly just go through my website, which is www.stephanienadolny.com. I know that's hard to spell, but that has all of my social media. I've got TikTok, at Stephanie Nadolny. I've got Instagram, Stephanie Nadolny. I've got Facebook, Stephanie Nadolny, voice actress. But if you need anything and everything, just go to my website. It's stephanienadolny.com, and then it'll direct you every which way. And we're going to be adding stuff to that website as things come on. We just updated a little bit of the summer activities. But if you also want to talk to me or you have a question, you can fill out the submission form, and it goes directly to my email, and I answer everybody. It might not be right away, but I respond to everybody. That's amazing. I love my fans. All of my babies.
That is amazing. So, I mean, Ms. Steph, this has been amazing. I appreciate your time. I'm overjoyed right now. It's like singing one of my heroes.
Well, we've been trying to make this happen since last summer. Absolutely.
But we've both been so busy and running around. So at least we're both dedicated and stand on what we say. So I'm glad. I can't wait to bring more to families and just give them some encouragement and, just let them know that we're all great. It's just how we bring it out of each other.
You got to find your passion, find your magic, and then share your gift.
Absolutely.
And when you share your gift, it's just beautiful and everything works out because we're all brothers and sisters.
Absolutely.
And we're all just walking each other home. I know that sounds like cheesy.
No,
really.
that's honest.
we are. And if we can look at life a little bit more like that, I'm not a guru or anything. I'm just saying that's worked for me.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
we're all here to help each other out.
I couldn't agree with you anymore. So, ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful, wonderful Stephanie Nadolny, please reach out if you need her. And like I always say, from me and mine to you and yours, are you doing all you can today? Peace.